Allez les amis, bienvenue à tous ici à Grenon pour suivre ensemble cette nouvelle soirée de Ligue des Champions, la réception des Turcs d'Ankara. On va souhaiter la bienvenue à nos supporters, les imprenables avec nous, bienvenue les amis qui vont encourager bien sûr notre équipe. De l'autre côté nous avons les ultra maigres avec nous, bienvenue et tout Grenon qui va encourager notre équipe ce soir pour aller chercher quelque chose, la victoire face à l'équipe turque d'Ankara. Vous le disiez ce soir, il faut un public en folie les amis pour aller chercher quelque chose face à cette équipe qui n'a perdu aucun match en Ligue des Champions, 4 matchs, 4 victoires pour l'équipe d'Ankara. Première du groupe A bien sûr, alors on compte sur vous, faites du bruit les amis, on encourage notre équipe du TVB, applaudissements pour Tours. On remercie ce soir notre partenaire, la Banque Populaire, partenaire.
Well, it's another huge evening in the CEV Champions League as we have a look at Pool A and the table toppers Ziraat Bankkart ANKARA. They've travelled to Tours in France, the 2004-2005 winners of the CEV Champions League. We know that face, Thomas Fornal, Polish outside, one of the big signings for Ziraat this year. But can they continue this winning way? They are in a tough pool, the likes of Trentino, they've come past them, and Ljubljana as well. Where the hosts are looking for their first win this evening in the CEV Champions League this season. 4 straight defeats. The only set that they have won was away in Ankara against Ziraat on the 10th of December, the opening round of matches. But they have got a lot of very experienced and strong players, and they are top of the French league as well.
She would get anyways as
I think for Olivia it's event that she's...
We're gonna approach it the same as the other games. We want to try to win, and the group is not finished yet. We want to get the most points possible and arrive first in the group. So also today we're gonna push again, and we're gonna try to win.
It's very easy to encourage team against team Ziraat we play. They are one of the best team in the Europe, so the motivation will not be in deficit. So it's just the moment of our concentration and our style of the play as we are able to produce tonight.
The motivation will not be in deficit. I absolutely love that from Zeljko Koric, the setter from Bosnia and Herzegovina. And Namir Abdelaziz, what a legend he is. Dick Coy, another one who's been all the way to Champions League finals in the past, including the Final Four last year, where he was playing for Holkbank, his second stint there. He's moved across to their biggest rivals. Namir's landed. He scored over 2,000 points in the CEV Champions League as well. They're a hard-hitting, physical side, Ziraat, and they've already come past Trentino this season. Well, for Tours at home, they would love just to take this set by set. They have a very physical opposite, Nik Mujanovic from Slovenia. He's an international, but they will have to come to the party, and they'll have to pass well to run their fast offense against what is a very physical blocking side in Ziraat. Some players choosing to read and calm themselves down, others choosing to hype themselves up in the Tours dressing room. It is Koric and Namir. The exchange pleasantries before we get underway here. It's Tours at home looking for win number 1, but it's going to be difficult against a Ziraat side that don't like dropping sets. They've only dropped 1. Tours have only won 1 this season in the CEV Champions League. But let's see, we always know on the road, it's very difficult to pick up wins in the CEV Champions League. We were reminded of that yesterday with Sporting defeating Lundberg and really denting their chances of a second place finish. It's Pool A, and all eyes are now towards the knockout stages for Ziraat. They know they cannot afford to step on any banana skins here in France this evening. They've made the 3,000-kilometer journey as Trentino travel to Ljubljana in Slovenia, coming up a little bit later on in a week. It involves Holtbank up against Lublin as well. Holtbank will be looking to get their own back after getting stuffed away earlier on. There's the table. 12 points, 4 clear. But there's a lot still to do. If they win here tonight, they can pretty much book their place in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Trentino versus Ziraat will be the last game in this pool on the 18th of February, and that man there would love to already be already through to the quarterfinals for now, who we've seen in the final. But an interesting stat, because if you look at this roster, they've never won the Champions League at Ziraat. You can join the conversation online, CL Volley M. Their best was a third place finish in 2024 when Trentino took the victory. The likes of Quadrashkinin, Kozamernik, Nicoletto tasting victory that year. But if you look at the big signings that they've brought in this year, I mean, there's a fair few of them. Namir Dickoy, Trevor Clevenot, a two-time Olympic gold medalist from France, Thomas Fornal. None of them have won a CEV Champions League, although they've made it to the very end a few times. Mahir Emre, Savaş, the middle blocker at 202, just like we see from Turkish sides every season. Physical in the middle, but it'll be on the pins where they really show their power. For Tours, that Champions League victory in 2005, a long time ago, 21 years, but they beat Thessaloniki on that evening. And there was a certain Vladimir Nikolov in the roster that evening. And yes, the father of the Nikolov brothers. Maybe something volleyball fans didn't know. That team also included Tumes Samalevu, Champions League winner, but also a Champions League winning coach. No shortage of class out here this evening. Burakan Tusun. He's the best middle blocker in the Turkish Cup in 2021, playing for Bursa. After that, got his big move to Ziraat, who have really found their sort of rise to the top of European volleyball. It helps when you can bring that man in. Not only will he pass well, it also helps when you can bring that man in as well. Dick Coy, saw him in the final for Holtbank last year in the team that included Yoandi Liel, who's obviously still there. And Holtbank behind Ziraat at the moment, just by 1 point in the Turkish league. Not long to go until we can get this one underway. There is Trevor Clevenot. What a career he's had. Second year in Ankara formerly of Zawiercie and Yashemski, where he played alongside now Milano. Before that, Piacenza as well. But best outside hitter in the Olympic Games, where the French side on home soil went back to back, which is absolutely incredible. Really is a golden generation for France, and a generation that will be talked about for a very long time. But he'll be one to watch. Namir will be somebody else that we really have to keep an eye on. Was with Wolf Dogs Nagoya for a season before coming back to Ziraat. And on that right side, they have somebody that scored over 2,180 Champions League points, and he's an absolute cannon out there, but two-time silver medalist. There's the Ziraat lineup. We know that we have to keep a very close eye on Namir for now. They will be a great split, and with Dick Coy, a physical outside, the pins could be very dangerous. Doesn't matter which ones you play. Then you have Namir on the right side as well. Well, for Tours, Michael Marshman from the USA, somebody that is very long and will be very effective. Leandro, the middle blocker, somebody who's already signed for next year, and Kristas Dardzans, a Latvian international. But this one could be decided very quickly if Ankara come out playing as heavy as we know that they can. But at the same time, Tours at home, looking for that first win, I think will put up a very good fight here this evening. Still a few making their way in to the arena here in Tours. Very much a student town, central northern France. I think the roof will go off here if Tours can defeat one of the best teams
Mesdames et messieurs, amis
in
supporters,
Europe
bienvenue à
this
toutes et à tous
season.
pour cette 5e journée de Champions League. Notre équipe du TVB qui reçoit l'équipe d'Ankara ce soir. Mesdames et messieurs, applaudissements pour l'équipe turque du Ziraat Ankara.
It's a physical side. 8 players in the squad, over 2 meters tall.
Pour notre équipe du TVB.
Compare that to Tours at home. With 6, but they have a much bigger squad. Many more players
Mesdames
to
et
their
messieurs, je vais vous
disposal.
demander de vous lever pour écouter l'hymne de la Champions League.
Ziraat have been fantastic. Can Tours stand tall at home? Tours aside that took 2 sets off of Trentino away from home on the same evening that Ziraat beat Ljubljana at home. If anything, that trip to Trentino is just going to give this home side confidence. Yes, they're not quite as experienced at this level with so many superstars, but if they do bring their A game, they will manage to ruffle some feathers.
Mesdames et messieurs, la présentation du corps arbitral ce soir. Cette rencontre sera arbitrée par Monsieur Bénédicte Golkes,
Benedict Workes
accompagné de Pedro
and Pedro Lopez Pinto, the referees for us here this evening. They will be on top of everything and
Pour
everyone.
l'équipe d'Ankara sous vos applaudissements, le numéro 6, Veit Emre Saras, numéro 7, Pediran Bulbul, numéro 11, Mourad Yenipassar, numéro 14, le capitaine Nimir Abdelaziz, le numéro
Well, Emre
17, Trevor Grenon,
gets the start at 2 meters 2.
le numéro
Joining him in the middle this evening will be Bedrahan.
L'équipe est entraînée par Mustafa.
Looks like they're going
Applaudissements pour
pretty
l'équipe
strong at the
d'Ankara.
moment. 4 now, Cleverno.
C'est le moment de vous lever pour accueillir, s'il vous plaît, les amis, notre
Absolutely
équipe
no surprises that Cleverno at 4 now are out there. Mustafa Havas, former Turkey under 23 coach, who's been on and off here since 2019. He's worked his way up through the second team. Bedaran Emre in the middle. Namir plays opposite Murat in the setting department. A lot of experience and a lot of strength on the pins. You can hear already the reception that the home team are getting as we wait for confirmation on that first 6. Leandro, a real leader of this team, starts in the middle. It's a Brazilian double trouble with Guilherme dos Santos starting in there with him. College Bosnia-Herzegovina, as we have a look at the coach of Croatia, Igor Juricic, former coach of Gdansk, for those who follow the Plus Liga, and before that was at Kemerovo. So Janovic starting in the opposite position this evening. Keep an eye on Cavogo, Cameroonian, first season here in tours, 198, still just 22 years of age. He might just have a bit of a tough evening against Cavogo, starting on the outside.
Allez, ça va démarrer dans quelques instants. Monsieur Koulibaly,
finally there's a start for Nico Sweekanen from Finland, and they do have quality out there.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Koulibaly, partenaire.
Just see him there in your picture. The secret here is that they're going to have to pass incredibly well. They're going to have to try and weather the storm that comes from Ziraat, who have been on top 4 so far this season. It's first serve into the net.
Au service, Landry, Cavogo, Yaoussa.
Cleverno, 4 now. You might just want to stay away from them. It's Cleverno that's targeted. It's a fabulous serve. Quick and system, 4 now, and that's exactly what we've become accustomed to. Creativity, changing the speed and changing the picture, making it very difficult. Cavogo already showing his athletic ability as MVP in the Ukrainian Cup, and made his way to Romania after that. And there he is through the pipe again. That's exactly why he's highly thought of here. Still just 22 years of age, and you can see him jumping out of the gym. It's going to be the sort of physicality that they want. He's not hitting the angles there, he's just gone incredibly high. 4 now the target. Back to Namir, and he does a wonderful job of just getting his feet inside the ball aggressively and using the block. Nascimento.
Première manche au service, le numéro 6, Veit Emre Saras.
absolutely strong from Ziraat again. And off the hands they go from Cleverno, and it's the thing, they're very physical, but with the amount of experience they have in these positions, it's absolutely outstanding. Fornal finds a phenomenal set for Cleverno to go off the hands, and they've come to cook here. Emery, best spiker in the CEV Challenge Cup.
On égalise 3 partout au service.
2017. You just know from the teams from Turkey that have really real quality in those middle positions, and they have some real size. And the outside, Namir's been stopped. Big statement of intent here from Tours. And it's Leandro getting across. Nascimento, formerly of CEV, one of the best clubs in Brazil. You can just hear, as soon as there's a service mistake or there's a 0.1 by Ziraat, you can hear a pin drop. Here comes Namir. Crash helmets on in the pass. Very well dealt with overhand, and it's put away tremendously well. Janovic in the pass as well, and that's just to guard that service pressure. He does a good job to go cross-body off the block. They're still just slightly drifting, but Janovic is some player. We've seen him at Eurovolley. Cleverno, the front court receiver, targeted, and they just have strength everywhere. As a middle blocker, you've got to keep an eye on the middle, the pipe, and watch the setter to try and get a read to the outsides to double stack. And when you have Cleverno, Fornal, and Namir as your 3 pins, that's a problem. Smart tip. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Tipping off the hands. Cavago. He's at it again. He's showing how smart he is defensively as well. But Fornal, serve on him at your peril, but it's another block. At the moment, the tactics are very, very good. They know that Fornal's been passed, or had to pass. So it's a good sort of guesstimate to commit with the middle. Nascimento again. Passes way off from Burke. Fornal finds a way, but Janovic through the block. No. We're out again. They're doing well to get 3 in the block, but Bosch! If you didn't know about Cavogo, you certainly do now. Hit the pipe, he's gone off the hands, and then he's just going OT. Tours mean business here this evening. Service pressure's there. Ziraat are up against it already, but they do have the power and they have the class. You just need the patience here. I don't think you'll see those two get too flustered by being a couple down. Reverse play. So that's not quite there though. And that will be the Achilles heel for Tours this evening, is just how clean they can be. It's a good work through the middle, it really is, but Tours just losing their rhythm at a key time. Cleverno leading from the front now here. Let it hand into the net this time as well. Libero. 27 years of age now. He's been in Ankara since 2019, so there's not a lot that he's not seen in the Champions League. Some have been big players. Winning the CEV Cup in 24-25. Cleverno part of that team. Matt Anderson, Walter Tierman. Strong side, very strong side. The Tours are looking strong themselves. Mijanovic scoring on the right, passing well, and then in a one-on-one goes past Namir as if he's not even there. In 2023-24, Ziraat took a third place in the CV Champions League. That team included Matt Anderson again, and Luciano Sintin. Also some very good players from Turkey as well. I guess they're thereabouts. This year you feel that it could be a special year for them. Having already beaten Trentino, the chase is on and that set's way wide. Fornal doesn't get the same set that he gave Cleverno earlier on. From the libero. Cavogo. Impressive. This time, Fornal. It was Yashemsky-Wengel for so long, since 2019. He thought he would actually never leave. Doesn't matter about never leaving. That's a huge one. In the middle, and Ziraat are right back in the mix here. Fornal, again, part of the Polish side that won Eurovolley in 2023. This is where the patience game has come in. Back all smiles for now. Big player on the court, quite the character off of it as well. He is worth a follow on various and every social media platform for now. Straight through the middle this time. He runs into play some six, and Mijanovic has been scooped from Burke. Mijanovic not stepping away from this challenge. He's somebody that belongs on the highest level, formerly of Monza. 2023 team that included Fernando Carrillo, the Brazilian setter, and Arthur Schwartz and Stephen Marr. He's more of a big-time player in this Tours team. He'll be getting a lot of the ball come the end of this set. Easy money in the middle. This is Mento not committing with the blocker and making an early move. Good tempo, Namir. That's exactly where Namir wants the ball. You don't expect him to get blocked here at a short distance. We'll just sit alongside or over his hitting window that much better. It's an absolute bullet. Another one that was formerly of Hulkbank, so a lot of players toing and throwing around Turkey. Mijanovic wants that. Hang on, challenge is coming. And it's a big moment in the opening set. It really is.
Allez, on va contrôler la vidéo, savoir si le ballon est dans les limites du terrain touché au filet.
Finding the funny side, and the referee giving it out at first look, but from where I'm sitting it looked like it could certainly be it. I don't know if there was a touch on the way through.
Allez, le challenge demandé, on est en train de contrôler avec l'arbitre vidéo.
fantastic
Allez,
addition
le
to the squad.
point est bien pour notre équipe du
Ball has been given in just.
Et on
It's
reste
funny
devant
when
14 à 12.
you've watching a volleyball, you do get a sense for these things.
14 à 12.
Since playing in Monza, moved to Paris Volley, the big team in France, and put in that same season. Namir just showing that he's not just got the power, he's got the angles as well. It's very smooth over that left shoulder. When you're turning these sorts of angles, you might not necessarily hit them as hard. It's just about being smooth, fast and accurate. These are the moments that Tours will want to get off. That's an unbelievable play. Nascimento in the middle. That is the play of the day so far. The pass has gone wide right. Koric just finds his man. And that for me is worth 2 points. Although they're on the same currency, but Namir off the service line. And he's in rhythm. It's great. Koric. He's already setting the tone here, and rightfully so. He's somebody that's had eyes on him. Janovic, he's been dug. Cleverno back on home turf this evening. Namir putting dents in that home turf this evening. All square. Namir always giving that option. And every out of rhythm ball, Janovic is at it again though. Some battle, this one in the opening set. He knows Namir. He'll want to match him out there this evening. Nascimento. For now, perfect. Passes really well. And then gives Murat the chance to sort of set against the flow here. Ball's going right. Middle commits. He's got the one-on-one. Some really good play over that left shoulder. As soon as he's coming in on an angle, almost wants to just make that dive into the angle to block the straight angle from the shoulders. Can they reply? Janovic. Chance for Ziraat to take a lead. They've been behind for a while. Some dig. And what a put away as well. It's an unbelievable play. Luca Ramon. The first big play from him as libero at 5. Three-time best libero in the French league, Ramon. They want a challenge here. Vogo again. Pressing offensively, but giving the chance with his defensive qualities. He had to take all the heat out of that one, absorb it. Second challenge of this opening set. Really good calm play. And he's done it again. Vogo's arm in here was just too fast for the block, and he's seeing a lot of the ball, and Janovic is seeing tons of the ball as well. That man knows what he's doing, Koric. This thing is two big outsides, but also have a lot of quality in the middle. Willem Vos is
Allez, encore derrière notre équipe maintenant, tout le monde tape, tout le monde, allez.
He was doing a lot lot of passing at the moment, but Fornal has made an absolute killing in being astute. He'll volley off the hands, he'll tip away from the body, and you'll know that Kavogo is playing defense, and at the very worst, if he does go to floor, it takes him out of the attack. This serve won't do anyone any favours at this time of the game. Voss on the front course. They still have Marshall they can go to. Voss, the MVP in the Super Cup this season. Namir is going to have to be his very best to deal with. Namir, it's a beautiful bit of ball control from Fornal because he was in a very tight situation. Namir plays setter. That's exactly where he used to play. He can still dish the sauce to the outside. Absolutely sensational. Namir, a former setter himself, just puts the ball on the money for Fornal. Boga getting a lot of the ball here, pinging around everywhere. It's going to have to be a free ball. They're going to have their chance here, Tors, and they should take it. They don't take it, and that's a problem. It was scruffy from Tors, and they still got themselves with a free ball. They could not take full advantage of it.
Le temps pour moi de vous donner le prochain match à domicile, ce sera le samedi 14 février à 20h, la réception du plaisir au en championnat de France, ici même à Grenon, samedi 14 février, match à 20h.
Kavogo. Svikonen, his first real set to the outside. We've got a challenge. Svikonen. 191, it's going to be tough when he's up against some of the big blockers, and something that we found in the first game between the two, just too physical. Hold bank. I think those fans in the background are enjoying a bit of cool in the game.
Allez, dans quelques instants, le retour des arbitres. Alors, est-ce que ça a été touché ou pas?
Look at the reach over.
L'équipe d'Ankara.
The press, the
Et le
shoulders
premier
very
temps demandé
square.
par l'entraîneur. Tout en jeu, le temps pour nous de retrouver les
Svikonen
arcanes
might
sur
just
ce
have
côté en bas.
a bit of an issue.
Et on va tous taper dans les mains avec
Tor
nous,
started
les amis.
well, but the patience and the quality
Tap, tap.
of the pool leaders as it stands in Pool A, too strong. Very calm in there though, Juricic.
Tips when he receive, okay? So let's pay attention. Cavo, sur le ballon haut, sur le Fornal. Ici, c'est Luca. Toi, tu es là. Ok? On va essayer. Le ballon, il ne demande pas de défense. C'est le haut.
Équipe. Le petit point de retard pour notre équipe dans ce premier set. C'est pas grand-chose, les amis. Il faut continuer de pousser, d'encourager comme vous le faites. C'est très bien. Supporter du TVB, est-ce que vous êtes là ce soir?
2017 when he was at Metropole. They beat Chaumont in the final there. That bronze in the Challenge Cup, but with Menon was a huge result. But they can't weather the storm at the moment. 4 now firing up. He really is an all-terrain vehicle out here. He passes so well, so creative offensively. This is why he's really one of the best. Ramon put to the floor. Again, they're out of system. All of a sudden, they're 3 down and they're looking for touches. Svikonen gets his first offensive point on the board. High off the hands of Namir, and that's exactly how he's going to have to play his game. You're not going to beat Namir too often with pure physicality. He's going to have to try and make a block here, though. He does make a block here, though. Out of rhythm. For one of the first times in a long time, Nascimento gets across. He's the best middle blocker in the French league in 2022. Kevin Sukonen giving nowhere for Namir to go. Trading timeouts here. Ziraat still up by 1. They're signing out.
Don't stop, guys, right, keep going. One side down and go, right.
Mustafa Kavaz. Five Turkish cups. This is big against Ziraat. Must be a great honour to lead them. Some of the players that they bring in. He's done a fantastic job with them. Including that gold in the CEV Cup. They certainly have the roster to go very close this year. Namir, he's been plucked, and through the middle they come. Murat with some wonderfully calm defense, but unfortunately the ball control's gone astray. Vujanovic makes no mistake on the right side. They're cooking again here, Tours. Ziraat have to be careful. We know it's not the middle's job to set the ball. Emre gives a freebie. There's a couple of poor plays in a row to bring it back level 4 now. Cleverno gets cheeky. Vujanovic says, yeah, that came off me. And no, again, just showing all the calmness in the big moments here. Just sees the outside hand. Gets his wrist around the ball to turn it off the fingers. Big deflection off the net back. Suikonen with the pass. And that's problematic here. The timing well and truly out. Josia Kavogo. It's been incredibly physical this evening. But that's a couple that they've had where the rhythm isn't quite there and the timing and the relationship between the setter and the pipe attack. And that might just cost them dearly. So Conan put the ball on the money. He was going for a very quick tempo.
Target, okay? He's really difficulty, okay?
We talk about freebies. Ziraat giving a couple of freebies to Tours. No point will feel more of a giveaway than that for the Tours boss, Juricic.
Au service, le numéro 6, Emre Saras.
Good timeout. It's just a couple of concentration errors. The bump set that went over from Emre. And a misserve post timeout when they've got Tours under the cosh a little bit. Vujanovic serving. Now on the backcourt, hitting the 10 attack from the right side. But he needed to crush a serve. Desperate. Set point now. It's been an intriguing opener, isn't it? First set point. Almost takes the net down with him. Suikonen goes with the float serve. Picks out 4 now, and that could be trouble It's a float serve to 6, right on the lap of one of the best passers on the planet. And it's Ziraat that take the opening set, 25-23. You have to think. Tours certainly had their chances. Great pass through the middle. We haven't seen so much through the middle, and that's a smart move from Murat. Kavogo just pinching in and helping. Puts the opening set to bed. It was an interesting one. You feel that missed pipe attack that hit the floor that really shouldn't have made a big difference in the end. As the pool leaders in Pool A take a 1-0 lead.
À partir du moment où tu lèves le drapeau, les amis, eh bien on fait un maximum de bruit. On y va? C'est quand tu veux, c'est toi qui choisis. On joue avec la tribune des optables. C'est quand tu veux.
8 errors apiece. Both will want to try and just squash those down slightly. 2 aces though in a set decided by 2 is a big difference. The middleman sealed the deal. Bedrahan wasn't used much.
Grenon, merci.
25-23. Ziraat take the opener. Tours might just be a little disappointed they didn't take their chances with a good lead in that opening set. The missed pipe in the middle and the free ball that got blocked out. Just a couple of things that the home side will probably feel they could have done better at. But on the other hand, glass half empty, glass half full. And also know that if they can make some slight changes and up their level a little bit, Ziraat could be on the back foot because they weren't perfect either.
On continue bien sûr de pousser, d'encourager notre équipe ici, à domicile, ici chez nous, fiers de nos couleurs, fiers de notre ville, de notre région. Et ça va démarrer dans quelques instants avec le service de notre capitaine Zetko Coach.
Three in the pass as Koric serves on Clevenot. Clevenot with a perfect pass, bit of DIY. Doesn't go to the middle this time.
Pour l'équipe d'Ankara.
That's
Au service Morat Yonipazar.
little wink from Murat Yonipazar as he drops one in short, and there's a... The referee calls let. Also takes full-on accountability, which we absolutely love. But for Tours, they feel that they've won this point. I think he called it as an ace. Couldn't hear a whistle from where I am, but the ball went away. The home fans are very unhappy. Now, first team setter, formerly of Fenerbahce, MVP in the league last year. So, wrestled in there in the end. Mijanovic has just shown the angles that put inside a three-man. His arm through the ball, but it was quite the swing. Kavogo. And Burke is put to the floor. Kavogo gets a smile. Janovic loved it. That's an absolute bullet. Hasn't come here to mess around, has he? A little bit of pace off the ball. Clevenot can put Ziraat into system, and Namir misses the sideline. And everyone's friends in the end, but
Au service dans quelques instants, le numéro 21, Thomas Fornal.
Clevenot
De partout.
and Fornal certainly holding this together at the moment. Ziraat, Kavogo the target, the pass is off. He can't find the middle from over there like he did in the first set. Koric, another chance through that left side, tip over the top. Clevenot's there again. Somebody's had two great Olympic games, and he's beaten.
Allez les amis, je veux voir tout le monde taper pour aider.
This one goes the way of Namir. Not very often. But he'll make two mistakes in a row. Off the arm, off the hand of Voss. Voss, the best ball blocker of the 21 World Championships in 2019. Started at Flamengo and then went to Hawaii. Can't play defense on the mirror. Big unit though. He was around that won the under 21 World Championships in 2019.
Allez, le ballon est à haut, le point pour notre équipe.
More missiles. Special talent. Caused all sorts of scenes when he wanted to leave Slovenia and play in Europe. There's a few issues contractually that had to be dealt with. Now he's on the professional volleyball merry-go-round and improving all the time. Defense will be disappointed they couldn't quite deal with that from Bedehan. Onslaught coming. Ramon does a fantastic job to throw himself forward and get his platform under the ball. They want the touch here. Janovic, no touch. This is a rotation again that they really have to work hard to get off. They got off it very quickly a second time round in the opening set. And if Namir finds 3 or 4 of these, the set could be over. And that's why he's worth his weight in gold. There's another one. Bedehan and Clevenot. Long line set to the 10. Janovic is read by the middle blocker. As soon as the ball goes left, the setter tries to go against the flow to try and open up the seams on the right-hand side. 7-4. It's an early timeout.
We are soft, they are arrogant, we are soft. We need to respond a little bit with aggressivity, energy. We need to use the high of the block, not low of the block of difficult. We need to take the risk. The risk is not take a low, it's a high. Okay? We need to play a little bit more. Hey, emotion. Let's go.
More emotion. The risk is to hit high, not low.
Au service, numéro 14 et capitaine de cette équipe, Nimir Abdelaziz.
Let's see if Juricic gets the reaction that he wants. Pass from Amon out of system, trying to speed it up out of system, might just get in trouble here, but we know that Koric is somebody that loves to run fast, and they run quick again on that right side. Outrageously good defense from Nimir. Can't quite put the ball down, but good defense all of the same. Good rally that one. Just see Koric all the time trying to speed the play up, and if that ball's not in the perfect zone, for the hitter to either beat the blocker or try and find a wipe off the hands, they're going to struggle. But he wants a little bit more bravery, he wants a little bit more risk, and a little bit more emotion. Juricic is getting what he wants. That's a big contribution. Grenon. Out the back this time. It's part of the European Silver League silver medal winning team for Finland that lost to Romania. It's in 2022. Jonas Jokela on the bench for Ziraat. Another one in that team. Always a team not to be underestimated here. Kavogo, fast off hands again, and if he can stay fast off those quicker tempo sets, we'll just test the block of Ziraat, especially with the setter on the front court. Nimir says in, and my word, what a run this is. Grenon started this riot. Nascimento's carrying it on. Spin serve left alone from Burke. This time he does get his arms on it, brings it off the net and manages the risk of the serve nicely. They come again, 3 up. In or out is going to be the question here, in. I feel that was a big side out for Ziraat. Certainly done his job. Nascimento again. Bedehan, best middle blocker in the European Championships in 2023, makes a big one. Best blocker last year in the CEV Cup as well. You just see a bit of a hybrid serve, gets on top of it from a low toss. Not easy, very difficult for passers. I have to say, if these boys find their service as well, it'll just take more pressure off of the likes of Nimir and Fornal, Cleverno. Cleverno's been a little bit quieter. Been impressed that Zeljko Koric. He's 37 years of age now. And it's the monster block from Voss. And again they go to the middle. You just hope that Murat is next time that pass is in a great zone, flips it to the pins. Hopefully the middle holds. Another missed serve, we've had a few of those. We saw last night, I mean, Koric does not look 37 years of age anyway, but so the guy Grankin, rolling back the years for Sporting. Had a great game, took the Player of the Match awards. The Russian Olympic gold medalist. And now Kavogo. A And we know what he can bring. He's got a lot of power. Cleverno just absorbs everything and then fast to the line. It's world class from the Mir. It's a powerful spike. And it's put away. The bench are getting involved as well. They know that these are key times. Energy needed from all areas. 4 now. Kavogo the target. Let's see how often Koric goes back to the pipe. He's almost saying, well, I'd like to know what was said there actually from Koric. Maybe Kavogo's saying, set me. Koric is saying, well, I did in the last set and you weren't there. Trust with a setter is huge, but we know that Kavogo's aggressive. It's a rare misplaced pass from 4 now. And that's a rare poor play from Cleverno in this game. Game on. Tors got off to a very poor start in this set. Had to take an early timeout. Kudos and credit to them and Juricic for taking a timeout. Back to Namir. That's how easy he can make it. Height trumps just about everything. And physicality is something that this man has in abundance. Doesn't matter, 2-3 blockers. He can just go OT. He's had so many awards in his careers. He's best server, best opposite, best spiker in Japan last year. Best server multiple times, best opposite in the Champions League. Multiple times as well. This man's having a good game as well. Mijanovic. Namir time. 4 now's trying to stay warm. They need this side out quick. They get the side out very quick. He's coming into this game. Suikonen. And that quick tempo is frightening when the pass is in. And off of a Namir jump serve, you have to say, it's a very, very high level. Dish very low. The fans hate it. The fans absolutely hate it. Tors get the point. Nascimento's absolutely gunning for him here. They're saying that the ball was taken too low. 2 errors in a row from Cleverno. And now from nowhere, Tors are 2 up. Cleverno with a couple of hitting errors. That needs to be addressed quickly. There's been some very notable performances from Tors in this second set. Back to the middle they go. Berihan on time, quick hitting through the seam to position 1. It's part of the Turkish side that won the Challenger Cup and also 2 European Golden Leagues. He's had a phenomenal career, really, with that bronze in the Champions League in 24. Had a good season there. But Cleverno with 3 errors in a row. now it's trouble for the passing unit, because Nascimento has battered the ball. They go after the libero again, and Grenon scores right between the legs of, I think, the Finn Suikonen. That's how you do run a pipe. Bedrahan with his hybrid spin. So Kavogo the target. It's a good serve. Kavogo's going to have to hit himself out of trouble. The ball's still alive here. Fornal gets creative in these situations, but he can only manage the risk himself. Namir goes to floor. They are fighting here, the away side, and Fornal finds something from absolutely nothing again. Well, Fornal's going to be unsure of what it hit on the way through, because he was falling backwards. I thought there was a touch, Mijanovic. Yeah, surely.
17 partout dans ce deuxième set.
Lots of fun this game. Tours are putting another very good account of themselves out there in this Champions League season. Kavogo again, just passing a little bit straight, but he's jumping out the gym. Incredible physicality. They've got a great split. This is a very good rotation for the home team. Mijanovic, Voss. And Kavogo. Koric with the serve. Namir. He gets shut down. Tours up by 2. And it is Voss that gets a block on one of the greatest to ever do it. The set's way inside though, and it's way too tight. So it's not necessarily the fault of Namir. That's a much better set. And in turn he finds a way through.
Encore, on tape encore, tout le monde, allez, on est devant, on y reste les amis, du bruit pour le TVD, du bruit.
Namir's fired up now. Voss knows exactly where it's going. He's been good, Voss, this evening. Reads the game well, offensively strong. This set's gone one way and then another, but we've seen this before. Tours really challenging and really pushing. That early timeout's been used wonderfully from Tours. Juricic asked for more emotion. He said that the opposition were playing with more arrogance than them, but since he had that chat, he really has got the reaction he would have wanted. Tough now for Ziraat. One set up, Kavogo serving. Cleverno can't get the arms out early enough for that one. And that's incredibly smart. 4 now again. Just showing, as he has done so many times, how good he is in these out-of-system situations to set. Namir ends up doing the rest. 4 now. They need him to come to the party. Ramon's out of system. What a set that is from main man. He's been very, very quick with those out of systems sets, Koric, and in the end they build their way through the rally. Mijanovic back in the game. Koric. First out of system set was special with the speed that he plays, and that's exactly how Tours are having to play and how they're challenging this team. A block again on the outside. Four now has to go over. Free ball to go up by 3. The block is there again. And here we go. Mijanovic, cross body. Once again, the intention in the setting is world class from Koric. Tors have got a huge opportunity here to go back to 1-1.
Just now we can try one more time with opposite, and we have to be ready in transition base, in diagonal defense, guys. Stay calm, we have still enough time and ready to move. But in second touch, in transition especially, we have to be a little bit more precise, guys. Eh? Keep going, keep going. Why, guys?
Interesting where Juricic was asking for more emotion. Cavas is asking for more calmness and to be patient. Asking for better decisions through the second phase of the rally as well. Whatever happens, Voss has been in the thick of it again. He goes after 4 now. They go to the mid again. Don't go to Clevernote. Hasn't gone to Clevernote too often, Murat, in this second set. Chance through the second phase, and the pipe hasn't quite worked again. I mean, when it does work for Kavogo, it is going to be frightening. And you can see Mijanovic has got his hands together and he's thinking, we haven't just opened the door for Ziraat here. Tosin with the serve. The ball's a little bit off the net. They're going to have to put it away here as a shrewd high swing. And as Juricic was saying, the brave play is to go high. And that's exactly what the Slovenian right side did. Fast, up, off the hands of Clevernote. And that was his best possible swing at the biggest possible moment. Mijanovic into the net again. That's maybe been his one thing this evening. He's been superb offensively. He has missed a few serves. Now this is crunch time because Namir comes back to serve. Playing some chess here. Cavaz bringing on Dick Coy. So Dutch physicality on the right side as Namir gets Ramon out of system. This might be the chance to break. Mijanovic finds one through. Somehow, some way, he gives Tors a set point here. Incredible stuff. On the 10 attack, he was patient. He kept the ball in front of him. And he swung up and fast. Look at the crowd in the background, living and breathing every moment. Mijanovic again, going hot. Oh, they're all at sea. Ziraat, but they get another opportunity to make a block. Kavogo takes us to 1-1. What a performance from Tors in this second set after what was a very slow start. Head coach Igor Juricic had to call the timeout. He wanted more aggression, more emotion. He got exactly that. And Ziraat just did not know how to respond. A very quiet set for them by their standards. The crowd are very much awake now as Tors look for their first victory in the CEV Champions League this season. It's another set in the right direction. 1-1, 25-21. And Tours brought their A game, and Ankara backed off. 10 errors tell you just about everything you need to know about set 2. They have more attacks, more blocks, but the service pressure had some very good runs, didn't they? Not just Kavogo, but Swikonen. And that run from Voss was instrumental. Set 3. Was that just a blip for Ziraat here, or have Tours got them where they want them? That man certainly said the right thing at the right time. There's such big importance at this stage. Whose game is this one? Join the conversation online, hashtag CLVolley.
Retour au jeu, début du troisième set dans quelques instants.
Looking for that first victory. Could go above Ljubljana this evening into third. That would be a great night in the office for them, but if Ziraat lose this one, it does leave the door open for Trentino. Ziraat in the red on the left of the screen, Tours in the blue on the right. And let's just have a quick word on that. Slovenian opposite. Mijanovic was absolutely superb at the back end of that set. Certainly was the go-to guy as Voss brings the heat in the middle, and Tours send a direct message to Ziraat that they are going absolutely nowhere. Ramon finding his flow again, and it's unstoppable. Kavogo. He goes out the back. Took a second with Cameroon in the Islamic Solidarity Games. He's also had those good performances in the Serbian Super League and the Ukrainian Super League. 2 silver medals playing in the league there. Lemire stopped, free ball from 4 now to the middle, and that's high class. Bedrahan, quick, and over that left shoulder. Yeni Pazar with a very good set. Loves going to the middle when he can. 4 now. Ramon with a real good platform. He's falling backwards, but he stays very solid. Mijanovic, again, getting curious and crafty and showing that he can score. He points to his own head. And I would tend to agree that that was a very smart play. That's taken low as well. There's going to be some oohs and ahs. Oh, Clevernote back in the game. He was very quiet for periods of the previous set. And here he is back at it. Middle commits, of course he does, because Yeni Pazar went to Bedrahan last time. doing all of his high knees and step-ups, trying to keep himself moving before playing defence. But we saw a bit of this last night in the Lunenburg game where they have to stick at it because the home team and the underdogs have got a little bit about them at the moment. And that, again, is another example of them pushing for absolutely everything. And the more you dig, the more treasure you certainly find. But Namir makes it look easy.
Allez, on tape pas, allez, tout le monde, allez. Rebond, allez, tape, tape.
Namir had a great run of serves this time.
On égalise les
Previous
amis
set, but it still wasn't enough to
dans ce troisième set.
put Ziraat 2-0 up. Svikonin. It's almost his little service run that lit the fire. That's 4 now with that away from the body tip that's just fascinating and so smart. He knows exactly where the defense is. There's 3 up in the block. Ramon's trying to fill a seam. It's not as easy as it looks to get that tip away from the body. Cleverno going with the float serve now, maybe just trying to tidy up some of the errors for now. I mean, when he starts playing like this, it's sort of surprising he hasn't been given more of the ball, isn't it? It's just nicely done from Murat Yenipazar. Doesn't matter what situation, if there's 3 up in the block, he can just slide the ball past it, no problem. Cleverno goes to 1 this time. Be tough to find the tempo that he needs here. But he's a man that can find Kavogo from anywhere. Koric. Kavogo again. We know that he hits the ball hard and he's physical, but he's impressed me with some of these plays. He knows when not to go for the heavy swing. Four now. Svikonin is equal to it. Fantastic from Svikonin. Namir's put to the floor, it puts him out the offense, but for now again, if he's not scoring, he's putting the opposition under a lot of pressure. They start to fight back here, both teams fighting. What a play, what a rally. Nascimento celebrates. Janovic is the hero again with another cross-body hammer. Namir beaten short, just falling backwards, not quite stable, but a seriously good play. Nascimento still behind the service line, and that means issues for Ziraat. Namir hasn't been used, and that is undiggable. Good luck, Nascimento. And Nascimento's been giving it a little bit through the net at times, so Namir will enjoy that one, leaving him just a little bit of line, and his approach line is so straight there that the line does, it's a little bit easier to access that avenue. What a response. Namir's enjoying this one. They've come over to France, 3,000 kilometers. And they're getting an absolute battle. For now is starting to see more of the ball. And that is just a little bit of an issue. Namir again, just showing all of that leadership. Bulldogs Nagoya took 4th place in the Japanese league last year, but then he went to Qatar and won with Al Rayyan in the Qatari league. The Japanese league just finishing a little bit early just means he can get over there. Kavogo has been special. Cleverno struggling, and a bit of an emergency SOS to the middle.
Le point pour l'équipe turque.
It's good enough for Belihan. Still commits, still really fast in the middle, intentional with his feet. Has been a really good game, this. Rare mistake from Fornal. No distractions for Namir as the DJ still playing his track over the serve, but Namir again given that line, and you can say it's giving a slither, but it's just because Namir's so much into the angle that becomes a tougher swing. But at the height that Namir touches, it's not too difficult for him. He's got a lot of range and a lot of angles from that high approach. Mijanovic is on fire as well, though. And the two opposites having a right duel at the moment. Cavaz has got to find a way to stop that man. Back pine. 4 now, not quite the rhythm, but he finds a way through. Namir. Elegant and smart. And that first phase play with Fornell, you didn't feel like they had the rhythm down to a T, just reaching for it, but again, never compromises on aggression. He gets the rub of the green through the hands. Booze for Namir. Might have just paid off. Now, again putting that ball into a great position, potentially just a little bit too tight this time for Cleverno. I want a challenge here. Cleverno takes his chance to get to the bench and probably just rehydrate.
On va une nouvelle fois remercier notre parrain ce soir, la Banque Populaire. Merci d'être partenaire avec nous, partenaire ce soir et partenaire bien sûr du TVB. Le retour des arbitres et le point est pour notre
no block touch. Grenon now with this jumper. I think Cleverno was sure that took a touch off the hands, and now Tours up by 1. Fornal serve short, might just take him out of the pipe, but through the middle strong. Mijanovic is there, good work in the block, and Grenon just unleashes through the pipe. Absolutely no problem there with the connection with Koric. Hitting 5 or 1. It also depends on what the middle block is doing. If the middle block is running real quick, that 6 could open up. Sorry, 1 could open up, and if they're running the wider set to the middle blocker, then 5 will open up quite clearly. There's a bit more to it than that. Cleverno. They would love him to get into this game. Hasn't really been as influential as Ziraat would have liked this evening, because in those 3 pin hitters, Fornal, Cleverno and Namir, you just have 3 stallions of the game. He's been superb, runs the game with real poise. Look at Dick Coy in there having a little chat, making himself useful. Had a good chat with him in the Champions League Final 4 last year, and fabulous guy, real team man. With the experience that Dick Coy has, he has a lot of knowledge to give even the best players in the world. Namir, he's stopped. Problem now for Ziraat. Big problems. Nascimento. He's loving every minute of this. Great read the first time, and a sensational move the second. Reading everything that Murat sent to him in that rally. Gets the close. And that might be out the back. No. Hold up. Well, Koric is making a move in there. I'd love another look at this one. It's Tosin that scored. Short ball was a good one to try and get Fornal out the game. Don't think there was a touch. Don't know if it was in. Have a look at the reactions from the Ziraat players. They're absolutely sticking it to Tors there. Flexing arms in the air. Back to a 1-point ball game. Kavogo the target. It's going to be tough to stop him there. I think that is straight out of the tactics book here. Move him really far inside, take Kavogo out. Janovic can't get past Fornal. It was the only place it was really going. Test the character here. Orakan Tucson. Swikonen. Kavogo can't score. Namir. That set's too tight, but it's smuggled through French customs. Namir finding a way. That'll be disappointing for Tors. They'll feel like that was a little bit of an easy out. Namir really not in rhythm. Players withdrawing their hands in the block, but nobody there to play defense. Back to Kavogo they go. Foss has hardly missed. And it just shows how challenging this Champions League really is when a team who have been so dominant really in this pool are up against it, away at the team currently bottom of the pool. Fornal might just be kicking off here. And if I was Tors, if I was Igor Juricic, I would be very happy to see the Ziraat players getting so agitated out there. just shows that the home side are getting there.
Et les amis, ensemble, on va aller chercher ce troisième set pour mener des 7 à 1. On va aller le chercher ensemble. Supporters, les ultra-maigres, les impnables, tout le monde ici, plus de 3000 personnes à Grenon pour aller chercher ensemble ce troisième set. Le point est donné.
Well, there is a touch off the block. This has been
Allez, c'est pas grave, encore ici, supporters.
quite entertaining.
Poussez, encouragez notre équipe encore et toujours, les amis. Supporters du TVB, faites du bruit maintenant, tout le monde du bruit.
And if you ask me which way I thought that this was going to go, I couldn't tell you. Ramon steps in at 6, so it should be easy enough. Do you want to keep the ball out of position 6 here? Hang on a moment, what's the referee called here? Could be an attack line fault. There's oohs and ahs. If it is an attack line fault, it's not the view for us. I don't think it was in the end, so I don't know what the problem is. No busier man than the second referee at the moment. Kavogo. Fornal's going back to serve. Next couple of rotations are big ones. Fornal, we know, time and time again, but not this time. And you've just sensed a little bit of a change in Fornal over the last 10 minutes or so. You feel like Ziraat become very frustrated. The passing unit starting very high up for this float serve from Voss, so they can go overhand. They do throw it in. There's Cleverno that's dug, and unfortunately the reaction's not quite there from Voss. Cleverno puts one on the board. Cleverno, who started out in Toulouse. Never won a French league. Been second in the French Cup though, but spent a lot of his career outside of France. What a time to serve an unlikely ace, Kavogo. Maybe it's just a slip of concentration. It looks like it's out the tactics book here. Bedehan has just made a big play. Gets the pats on the back from Toussaint. Big 2-point lead. Crucial.
Hein? Cavo, concentre-toi s'il te plaît. Si tu aides, attention pour les feintes ici aussi, ok? Sous le bon réception, ok? Patient, you can do mistake on the line, hein?
3000 personnes ici à 3. Un maximum de bruit pour notre équipe du TVB. À 3. 1, 2, 3 du bruit.
Service reception just needs to be fixed here. Easier serve, Ramon just steps in and takes it. It is too easy. And if you overcook the short ball, that's exactly what could happen. Barry's got a lot of time. Maybe that was what was being explained on the side, but Nascimento turns it nicely away from Tucson. Namir being quiet as of late. That's a key kill. His ability to turn line. Second to none. Tours will feel they're right in this, but it depends on this from Namir. It's a wonderful serve. Can they hit their way out of trouble? No. Second chance. Swikonen. Cover from Ramon is absolutely superb. What a strong left hand. Cleverno, probably with his biggest point of the evening. Seals that line. And the big players are coming forward in the big moments. An ace from Namir. A perfect run of serves. Tours on the back foot now. That man has had a big say in the last 3 points of this match.
On pose pas sur les ballons qui sont volés, okay? Referee is bad, he will be bad to the end of the game. Focus, receiving, service, take time on service. Guys, if we're still good on libero, we can reach. Come on, come on, come on. Oh.
Spice Girls. What else do you expect in a student town on a Wednesday night? Not the Spice Girls echoing out as Namir only finds the net this time, but the damage, you would think, is done. Although last night, Sporting being 24-20 down and then winning the set in overtime shows that I can certainly be proved wrong, and have been many a times, as Namir. There's no digging that. You take the angle on him. The line is more advantageous swing. It's a tougher technical swing from here, and Ramon's in a great spot. It's one thing being in a great spot, it's another thing actually making that dig. It's an absolute missile. Kvogo served inside is working. Mijanovic, slightly quicker feet inside the ball, but again, that ball sometimes just doesn't quite get out there to him. That wasn't too bad. They're giving the one-on-one to Fornal there and Cleverno on that left-hand side, and trying to put the pressure on Kvogo in the pass and stack the block to that right side. Fornal should be out the back, and no problems for Ziraat at the back end of this set. Fornal being solid, Cleverno with that block, a big, big moment, and then Namir with a couple of kills and a couple of swings that only Namir can really make. Kvogo tries to play a bit of D, but Ziraat now with set point. Swikonen the target. Kvogo has gone over his left shoulder again, and for the first time he's been blocked. And it's Ziraat that take a 2-1 lead, and they lead for the second time in this match. And if they take set 4, they leave here with maximum points. What would be a very good evening in the office for Tours. They're certainly there or thereabouts. But the big names, the big money players stepped up at the right time in those big moments. And it's the Turkish side that lead by 2 sets to 1. 25-20 in the third. Look at the error difference, 3 less, but more attacks, more blocks, more aces, but they've just shaved 3 errors. And that makes a big difference. No aces from Tours in that set. Couldn't quite get the serve going to the same level as we saw in set 2.
On va bien sûr continuer de pousser, d'encourager notre équipe.
You've got to love just how entertaining the Champions League really is. Ziraat here undefeated. Getting pushed by bottom of the pool, but top of the French league. Tours, join the conversation, hashtag CLVolleyN. Just checking who started.
Début du 4e set, où tout est encore possible bien sûr dans cette rencontre.
No changes, I think, to either side, but Nascimento coming off for Ramos. College still setting. Janovic. It's exactly the same 6. It's exactly the same 7, sorry, but 7 for the away side as well. Must-win set then for Tours. 2-1 down. Koric gets us underway as Ziraat in the red, side out, first ball through 4 now. He's been getting more and more service. Offensively during this game, and that's certainly helped Ziraat, I think. Team with too many errors. Oh, hang on. No touch, and Kvogo maybe jumping too high. It's a good check underneath the net, but Kvogo, spike reach of 370. For those who don't know volleyball, that's quite high. Kvogo. Not quite using the full 370, but at the same time, he's fast with the feet, fast with the arm. The seam's open for business. Can the Cameroonian international make a big play? It's a very good service. Well done from Namir, but he goes with fire, and he gets crushed from Vos. Kvogo's serve here, just setting up trouble for Namir. Surprised he got that ball back, actually, having passed it almost down by his heels. Hard to get an approach, which means it's hard for him to get the ball at full height. Off the net band and out of play, so Murat Yeni Pazar. Might want to think about that one again and think about sending it to the outside if your opposite gets served. Almost gets put to the floor. Vos. Too many missed serves here in set 4. Everybody's a little bit guilty of it. And it's the float serves that are more of the frustrating one here. It's got better throughout this game. To start with, Kavogo was firing on all cylinders, but he's a lot quieter the way he goes about his business, Suikonen. Mijanovic, always up around 16 to 20 points in the Champions League, but so again, I don't think the serve's quite got cooking the way that he would like it to. Offensively, he's been excellent. Namir time. Crash helmets back on. Suikonen, maybe the target here. Absolutely is the target. He's done well to get that ball live. It's a little bit wide, but gives him a chance. And again, Ziraat are blissfully unaware, as they were earlier on. Cleverno looks like he's lost something. It's very good use of the short ball for now. And there's a foot fault against for now over the attacking line. Can't do that attacking from the backcourt. And you can just see that the setter's put under pressure with that serve to 1. 4 now the target. This time Cleverno with a great tip. Kavogo has been tipped upon and he's taken out of the offense. That's not a bad move and it gives him the chance to build through the rally. There's a net touch against Nasamoto.
Ankara qui égalise 6 partout dans ce 4e set. Le service, très bon, le bleu.
Namir again given the line and was not being given much of a chance when Namir's had the line open to him. And the set's been there to put it down. Kavogo to the middle, Nasamoto! Boom! There's a man that's up for this challenge, quick and much faster than the block. He's only ever going that way, but the play's so quick that the middle blocker can get nowhere near him. Too soon. 4 now, stopped. Dangerous once more. There's only one way that ball was going. And for now, tries to beat Koric with pure power. It's a couple of just different decisions from For now. Got caught with the foot fault, then he's got blocked. Amir, and have a look at Amir here, just trying to get everybody going around him. Just dropping inside a little bit more. But that's when Namir can just hit those sharp angles back in the cross court. Mijanovic. They can't afford their right side to go quiet here.
on va faire une belle réception, une belle attaque, les
They
amis.
need him on the boil, not off the boil
Allez.
in this fourth set. Janovic, still just so young at 21 years of age. Such a bright future in the Slovenian team. Likes of Rok Mosic, the next generation coming through. And that's great for Slovenian volleyball, and that's Kavogo. Fast tempo, OT, good job. Just batters one off the hands. It's again tight early on. College. The middle's been found. It's a fantastic set from 4 or 5 meters off. Looked a little bit slow to start with, but Bediran was on the same page as Yeni Pazar. Can they hold their pass? Yes is the question. Back to the middle. Some good middle work from both sides here. Voss. Heavy, intentional, aggressive. It's a great find from the Bosnian setter. And I think that College has had the better game of the two setters this evening, but let's see how it finishes. Wow. Well, you need energy from Yilibero. Berke Bayraktar is giving that on the turn, and Bedihan is running away. Like he's just on the Olympics, but at the same time, they're all the same currency here, and Fornal missing a serve is worth exactly the same. There's that great swing from Bedrahan. Fornal's just not quite there at the minute. They'll get the touch off the top of the hands, but that ball was in quite fast. Bedihan. Namir makes the block. Fantastic commitment to the cover. And once again, Yeni Pazar loves going to the middle, loves investing the other team's middle blocker into what they're doing in the middle, so might just try and free up Clevernote. Nascimento tries to take position 1, but Burakan Tusun has been very good at having come off the bench. This is so far from a formality at the moment. Tours have been good. We know they were good against Trentino away. Ziraat have not underestimated them. And that coach, Mustafa Kavaz, still looks a little bit stressed. Off the net from Fornal again. He's having to play defenses. Janovic fastens up the arm and gets through the 3 blockers. Tries to take on Namir, who's got the longest distance to travel laterally to press. Tours by 1. Fornal again battered in the pass. Namir to hit out of trouble. They come again. That's the tempo they wanted. That's exactly the set that Kavogo wanted in the first set. And then, what a play from Tours. Heart and desire with a lot of quality in between. was Kavogo first on that electric pike. Fornal's done well just to get his body behind it. And then in another wave of an attack, Mijanovic puts it away. Tours are gunning it.
One thing I repeat, when we have received against Burakan, they are always waiting on the floor. If you try to play with first tempo, you have to be as fast as possible. So try to play with 5 with Burakan can be not a good decision. We can play with wing attackers, guys. Stay calm, one side out, and then our transition working well, guys. Keep going.
Sur un tie-break, peut-être aller chercher même une victoire pour ceux, je vous le rappelle, qui sont invaincus en phase de poule en Champions League. 4 matchs, 4 victoires, les Turcs. Et pourquoi pas ce soir, et pourquoi pas avec un public en folie, les amis. Je veux voir tout le monde taper dans les mains. Tout le monde, tout le monde, tout le monde, tout le monde. Maintenant, tout de suite. Allez, tout le monde.
That was a statement of intent. They've been working that quick tempo pipe ball. It didn't work out in the first set. But it certainly worked out there. And with Kavogo's height, that's exactly why they can do it. And the French fans are singing again, the middle showing they struggle in the setting department when they're called upon and it's a free ball that's put away, it's easy money. Mijanovic. And there's so small things from Ziraat this evening that when the middles have had to set, it's ended out in a free ball. Mijanovic is crushing it. But in some moments he's being allowed to. And that will be not liked by the higher-ups in Ziraat. Two down, and Amir comes back to serve. And I think everyone's aware, and we'll be watching closely to what he can deliver. Kavogo with the perfect pass. What a side out. Mijanovic will be the one with a point by his name. But the contribution from Kavogo to absorb the heater from Amir is outstanding. And for me, that puts Tours well and truly in the driver's seat to win this set. Cleverno thinks I'm talking rubbish, though. It's a beautiful arm swing into the angle, smooth and fast from Cleverno. He's played in so many of these big games. He's back with the jump serve. Block straight down. Kavogo goes full aggression. And Ziraat have got the break that they desperately wanted. They know a win here, and they are through. There'll be nothing that Trentino can do. 4-point gap between Ziraat and Trentino in Pool A. But a win here will potentially open things up in the pool again for Trentino to be victorious, but at the same time we know that the top two go through anyway, but you want to be a pool winner and go straight through to the quarters. Tucson. Kavogo, another good pass. That might just be dragged the wrong way. No, it's in. Vos doesn't miss, does he? Kavogo again, holding very firm in the pass. This time overhead. And he was going up on the same tempo as Voss. Incredibly quick play of Tors. Fornal. More smart play from Fornal, gets the free ball. Cleverno at 5 does a good job getting it in, and the speed to the middle is excellent. Mijanovic is done from Bedrahan. Cleverno on his toes there. Fornal doing a good job of just keeping the rally going. They've had a fabulous Champions League campaign so far, but they're being pushed the whole way. They're fighting back though. Again, off the net, and the errors are coming. Mijanovic, and we're all square. And soon, as I mentioned, that Tors are in the driving seat to take this to 5. Cleverno had other ideas, and since then, the pressure's been on Tors, and they've struggled. Pass again, that's going out of bounds. That's gone way OB. And just like that, all of that good work from Tors has unraveled. The service run is money-making from the setter, Jene Panzer. And that man, Igor Juricic, has to choose his words wisely now.
Si tu es, t'as pas besoin d'aller, tu vas là-bas, okay? When center move, don't be late on short diagonal. Even second line, Nimir, okay?
First pass again off the net, and the block's back into the game. It's been a collective effort, but Jene Panzer's serving has really found the way to put the passing unit, Svikonen especially, under a lot of pressure. Ramon, still the pass isn't there, and Ziraat are absolutely flying now, but Tors have just got shaky under pressure. Too many tight touches, too many issues, and that's exactly when Ziraat and the experience they have will just smell blood out there. They have smelt blood. From a fair few down, they've worked their way back into this set, and it's a long way back for Tors. If this is the way that this evening finishes, they'll be disappointed, but that man, Jene Panzer, will be delighted.
Can't be careful like this. Niki's under charge, we lose the point, everyone is in his own corner. We need to share energy to be more stronger. To go now next side out, because the fucking game is not finished. Come on, side out. Exit! Go.
This run already match winning. The float serve is causing all sorts of issues, and in the game where you thought Namir's serve might be the difference, it isn't. It's Namir that puts the ball away, but Jene Panzer, MVP in the Turkish league just last season, is doing all the damage. Finally it comes to an end, but I think Tours might just be kicking themselves at the end of this. One thing he does well, Yanni Pazar, is really just mix up the speed of the serve, so it's very difficult for the passers to get rhythm. There, he's shut down. Maybe there is a chance. We heard Jurlicic talk about taking a diagonal, and they were taking the diagonal. I wonder if they're talking about the mirror. Kavogo needs something special. Can't quite find it. He's a whisker away from the sideline. 4 now. Certainly just want to try and find a good consistent serve. That's what he does find. Kavogo close to being a block from Kleveno on Mujanovic. Two will do it. Namir. Kavogo's jumping in to set it. That's tight. Namir's in a good position to cover, just on the outside the block. He's in a great position to put it away. There's a net touch anyway, and it looks like it's going to be a repeat of the score in Ankara earlier on in the season, which was 3-1. To Ziraat. Some comeback in this third, because Tours were playing the better volleyball. And there you have it. It's a big stuff block in the middle, and it's Ziraat that will top Pool A in the CEV Champions League. Another 3-1 victory against Tours, this time away from home. He's done a very good job, Mustafa Kavaz. Asked for a lot of energy, and that's exactly what he got in the dying stages. The finishing block coming from Barakan Tucson. Commits and goes and takes position 6 on Nascimento. It's a beautiful block. And that is game, set and match here in France. No upset this evening. Ziraat a 5 from 5.
Le trophée qui va être remis par, bien sûr, notre parrain, la Banque Populaire.
25-21.
Le directeur du centre d'affaires
Thomas Fornal takes the player of the match.
Thomas Fornal, le numéro 21 d'Ankara. Je voudrais qu'on applaudisse l'équipe d'Ankara, l'équipe turque, un bon retour. Et bonne chance dans ce championnat.
26 errors from Tours, 30. But we knew that physicality was a difference between them. The first time they met earlier on in the season, 54 attacks tonight for Ziraat to 48. More aces and more blocks. And that's just where these games are decided in the CEV Champions League. Tours have a lot to be positive about, though. 2 sets against Trentino. They'll feel like they should have at least have taken the 2 sets this evening, but the service pressure at the very end, Murat Yanipazar brought that hybrid serve to the party. And they won't be getting ahead of themselves here. Well, those guys might be. But if they stay grounded, as we've seen, they have the ability to beat the very best sides
On continue d'encourager, vous avez été très bons ce soir les amis, merci.
in this competition. Turkey are desperate to have a men's Champions League winner after so much success in European women's volleyball.
Et ça arrive dans quelques instants.
And they were good tonight, and they're getting some words of wisdom. Great win away. There's no easy away game in the CEV Champions League. That's for certain. Ziraat Bankkart ANKARA, comfortable at the top from Trentino, a real powerhouse historically in this event. Trentino will have to go through the playoffs, and we'll have to find out how they go against Ljubljana this evening, because they certainly can't afford a loss there, although surely not. That would be a huge surprise. Turkey flag flying high this evening. Another successful trip on the road for Ziraat. And well done. Tors came at them fearless, but patience really did pay off, you feel, for Ziraat this evening.
So Tour puts you a little bit under pressure tonight. Okay, sorry. So Tour puts you just a little bit under pressure tonight. So how did you make the difference?
For sure, it's not the easy place to play here. The fans are crazy. It's great atmosphere. I like this kind of places. So for sure, it was not easy game for us. But the most important thing is that one game before the group games are finishing, like we will be first and we will finish first in our group. So this is important for us. And what I can say more, it's really nice to win here for 3 points. How I say before, it's not easy. Thank you so much.
Well done to Tors. Another great performance, but it's Ziraat that take the win away from home, and they will be going through to the knockout stages into the quarterfinals of the CEV Champions League. Fabulous performance from them, as we look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. From myself, Louis Letho, and the rest of the team, it's goodbye for now, and we hope you enjoyed another great encounter in the CEV Champions League.